It's so bright this morning and the rain passed and I look sleepy, but I'm actually awake. Hello adventurers and welcome back to my channel. I'm just waking up and I put my bed together, opened the door, and wow, I'm basically blind. So I'm definitely gonna have to get some sunglasses before we proceed with this day. It looks like the clouds have for the most part dissipated. We have some nice fluffy ones left, but none of the crazy rain ones. And so it's going to be a nice day here in Havasu. But depending on what happens when I get out of this van is going to dictate how our day goes. Oh, are we going to have to go to a tire shop today? Or are we going to get to go on to an adventure? That is the question. Before we go out there though, let's check our batteries. Oh, I'm pulling in some decent watts from the roof. This had gotten down to like 88%, so I've already gained 4% this morning. So today's going to be a good day for solar, which means I need to match that with a good day for the other two by either driving around or after this one gets charged up, pull the cord over. All in all, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I needed a good solar day after the last 2 days, which means here we go. Let's go check this tire. Before I even do, let's get some sunglasses because I can't see at all. Oh, the sun hurts my entire being today. Okay, we're going to take down this and I'll go ahead and just throw it in there. We'll put it away later, but let's go see about this tire. I'm really hoping that this morning I don't have to immediately go find a tire shop, because even though I can do that, I prefer not to have to do that. I don't know why the tire would have gone down that low though, so I feel like I probably do need to get it looked at. But if it's not leaking quickly, what is going on? The $1 million question today. Let's go find out if we have tire pressure still. I should probably get my gauge. Let's go get the gauge. Okay, tire gauge, let's do this. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to a tire shop. So I'm gonna get the slime out and inflate this bad boy, and then we're gonna find a tire shop in Havasu, because this can't go on. This is bad. I don't know what's going on. It must have something in it. It has to. Well, that was interesting. I knew that there were some other like off-road vehicles here, but I didn't know about those. So there's lots of different trails that could go on out here and lots of paths, so kind of makes sense. Anyway, it's slime time, guys. It's slime time. This is not how I wanted to start my day, but at the same time, after yesterday, I kind of expected it. There has to be something in the tire. There has to be. I just don't know where, because I can't see it. So let's see what we can do with this, and this might put a little bit of a damper on my day, but that's okay because it's still a beautiful day, so we're going to figure this out, and we're going to find the positives, because we can't do anything about the things that have already happened. We can sure look toward the future, and the future could be good. But we have to get through the hard stuff first. So, like I said, it's slime time. Okay, a few things this morning. Number one, I went ahead and just put everything away. Number two, putting these sunglasses from yesterday away. Number three, I went ahead and brought up the tire shops, and it seems as though there is a discount and also a Big O tire. So I've dealt with both in the past. I feel like either one of them is going to be okay. My most recent interaction was with a Big O tire, so I'm probably going to go there. Oh, not again how I wanted to start my day, but that's okay. It's just life sometimes. So I think today's song of the day should definitely reflect this challenge, at least a little bit, because obviously, wow, I would be happy if I just knew what was in the tire at this point. So maybe I can ask them, hey, can you show me what's in the tire? That would be good, because at least then I know what I ran over. There's a lot of things that get stuck out in these washes. It could be a nail, it could be a screw, it could be anything. And that is the danger of going out into the washes sometimes. It also could have come off the highway, because I did a lot of highway driving. Who knows? So I can't pinpoint when exactly it happened. I think it happened yesterday. It may have happened before, and it could have just been slowly leaking and then all of a sudden just kind of gave way. But I don't know. And here comes another dirt bike. There went another dirt bike at least. Okay, so they're gonna be all out through here today, so it's good that I'm leaving. I do need to do some charging of some of those little power banks at some point, so that's on my agenda. I also have this, which I might be able to do today. We will see. This is definitely an option, but where did I put the patch in my Murphy bag? Oh, here it is, here it is. Okay, there it is. It's just a little Great Britain. They have these, of course, because the London Bridge came from Great Britain, which is kind of cool. So I just need to open this guy up. These are just iron-on patches that, again, I can stick to the ceiling because they have a nice flat back. And then I have my huge hoard of Velcro, and I'll just use a couple little dots on it. We'll be in business for the day. It is nice to have these little simple things that on a day that's kind of chaotic I can do, because they just kind of bring me back to like, okay, I accomplished something today and it wasn't that bad. And after I accomplish a few of those things, I feel like I had a productive day, even whenever it might have been like a stressful day. So having something that is like a easy, simple thing like this, it might seem trivial to some, but to me, this is like the woo-saw moment of getting things together. I thought about putting it like right here. It's kind of weird to have a Great Britain patch right there, but like it makes sense. So maybe I'll put it there for now, and then I'll get another one later to put there that kind of fits, but this fits so perfect. So it works, it works. Okay, we made it. We're at Big O Tire, and we're gonna go inside and ask them if they can fix my tire. It looks pretty crowded today, so we'll see if this is gonna work out. If it's gonna be a bit, we may have to go somewhere else. But for now, locking up, walking in, and let's find out. It looks like it has deflated just a bit. I did overfill it this time, so it would kind of bounce along and deflate to a normal thing before I got here, so it'd be safe. But oh my gosh. Guys, there she is. She's in the bay now at least, so they're gonna get started on it. It's that right rear, so we're not gonna be able to see it very well, but oh wow, there it is. Seriously hoping it's just something that I couldn't see. I did ask them if I could show you guys what it was though, if they pull something out. So if they find something, I'll show it to you. Otherwise, it could be something backed itself in and out. I don't know. Dimples is currently up on the lift. They got the tire off. They're looking at it. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Again, it could be a lot of things. We're about to find out though. Hope this isn't super damaging, but everything else looks okay on the van. I've been checking everything regularly, from my fluids to my oil to everything else. I just do daily maintenance just to make sure that everything's good. Sometimes I show that on the channel, sometimes I don't. I just have a checklist every day, and it just makes my life a lot easier. But poor Dimples, poor Dimples. I will say this though, as I'm watching, they're very busy here. They are really efficient. They have a well-oiled machine going on. They have people who are doing all these different tasks, and as they're doing these tasks, like it's just like one after another, and like one person will do this, the next person will do this, and they're really efficient. Like it was packed whenever I pulled in, and I only had to wait like 10 minutes. That was not bad at all considering how many people are here. But yeah, they're just over there grinding away, figuring it out. So that's good, that's good. I feel confident in Big O Tires after the 2 interactions that I've had. When I go to Discount Tire, they always have tried to just upsell me immediately, like, oh, you need tires, even when I don't. And I feel like when I come to Big O Tires, if I come in and I already know what the issue is, I can tell them, hey, this is what I need, and they actually listen to me as a customer versus immediately trying to upcharge. And so that's good. So we'll see how this interaction goes, but that's why I came here instead of Discount. I just have much better feeling and vibe from them just in general. So yeah. Oh no, I don't know what that is, but that doesn't sound good. Oh no, definitely not good, definitely not good. Meanwhile, they also went and wiped down my other tires and inspected them to make sure that they were good, since I did have something wrong, and now we're just trying to find out exactly what I need to do. Okay guys, it's worst case scenario, and I don't exactly know what we're gonna do about this one, but I gotta figure out how to roll up my windows. My window's not rolling up. Why? Okay, there it is. I figured it out. Okay, so now it's time for us to get up out of here and figure out some things. I'm gonna have to get a new tire. They did not have tires of my kind because I have a commercial grade tire. So that means I'm gonna have to get to a place that does have them. They were not gonna be able to get one until next week. So because of that, they did not charge me anything because they couldn't really help me. They did put my full-size spare onto the back tire though, so at least I am leaving with a good tire. They also put my bad tire under the van so that I could go ahead and whenever I go in, just have that so that I could be like, here it is. Please give me a new tire, put it on this guy. So I'm going to try to connect with another tire shop as I leave this area. I'm not sure if that's going to work out or not, but they were very, very kind. And again, I really, really appreciate Big O Tire because they didn't try to like charge me some ridiculous amount or anything for something they couldn't do. They instead were just like, you're good, we couldn't help you. And I was like, thank you so much. So they did change my tire though. They should have billed me for that at least, but they didn't. So we're off to find the next thing. I am gonna give my dad a call just to like update him because I told him earlier what was going on. I always like to keep people in the loop just in case I have a weird scenario on the road so people will know. I also let Riley know just because she's my other safety buddy. And so now we get to figure out the hard stuff. I wasn't crazy though. I was not crazy. Something was definitely very wrong with the tire. And the reason why it was deflating so quickly was because it went into the side and came back out. So be careful on the washes, guys. That's where it happened. A wash. Gotta love that. But can't change something that's already happened. Just means it's going to be an expense that now I have to figure out. So we can do this. The hard part's going to be finding that tire though, because again, not everybody's going to carry my tires because they're a weird size and they're commercial grade. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of footwork on that one. I could probably go to another Big O Tire and let them know that I'm coming and they could get the tire for me. So I might do that because yeah, I don't know. We'll figure this out. But for now, I'm going to go and do something with my day. I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet, but I'm thinking I need to do something to stretch my legs and move around just a little bit because I'm not going to whine in my post toasties about this one. Again, nothing I can do. Guys, I'm walking around and trying to just like, woosah. Also, I did make a couple other calls. I called Discount Tire just to see if they had a tire because at this point I don't want to run around without a good spare. Nope. I have a very specific tire. It is a 15, but it is a very specific 15. It has to be able to carry the load capacity of my van. And so it's a little bit different. So even if they didn't have an industrial tire, it would have been okay, but they didn't even have the tire that would have carried the capacity. So I'm currently just trying to figure it out. And I don't know if it's gonna work out today or not. I had this goal of sharing with you guys some really cool stuff. But at this point, the tire has to become my focus. There's lots of adventures to be had, but they can only be had if it's safe. And so now I'm kind of in a predicament. Discount Tire told me that they could have tires here in a couple days. The other one said it wouldn't be till next week. I'm kind of wondering if I could call ahead to maybe Phoenix. That's about 3.5 hours away. But if they can get my tire sooner, that would be better. I just don't know. So I'm walking along the London Bridge area, checking it out. It's gorgeous here. I love this place. But I just have this bittersweet feeling right now because it's real stressful. And again, I can't change anything, but at the same time, man, I gotta resolve some of this because otherwise it becomes real weird, real fast for us here on the channel. Because I don't want to be stranded somewhere, because that's not smart. Now, I know a lot of people who would be just like, just keep it going until you get to wherever you're going. And yeah, that's a great idea, except for it's not. Also, I don't necessarily want to be driving through a ton of washes right now and potentially damaging another one of my tires. And since that happened here, I don't know that I want to stay here again tonight just because of that. So anyway, I'm just checking out the views, enjoying the space, soaking it in, taking a deep breath. This is life sometimes. It's quite a warm day today, so I am just now. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I've called now 3 different places. Nobody has my tire, so I'm just pursuing what would be the best option. I'm about to start looking into Phoenix or Yuma maybe, because ultimately those are 2 of the closer towns. I might be able to go back toward Kingman. I don't know. I'm just not sure which would be the best bet for this. It's really stressful when you don't have just like a normal thing that everybody else has. And all I need at this point is just to get a replacement for my spare. Walmart told me they can't replace the tire unless they put the same thing back on it. That means that they don't have anything for me and they're not going to have anything for me according to the Walmart. Yep, that's right. A couple of the other places I called said that because it's a weekend, I won't have anything until like Monday. So, yay. Oh, goodness gracious. So I'm trying to figure out what the smartest move would be. And I've been in touch with different people just trying to figure this out for tire purposes. Hey, do you know anybody who has this tire? Can we get one ordered sooner than Monday? You know, sometimes it's stressful to have to do this kind of stuff, but again, you can't really do anything about it other than get it done. So some days you just have to put in the legwork, and that's what I'm doing today. So I don't know where we're going to end up. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen today at this point. I have no idea if I'm going to have to drive into Phoenix and get my new tire or Yuma. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to drive north. I'm not sure if I'm going to just sit here. I haven't figured that out, because it's just when you start to get a lot of ideas, it starts to get super overwhelming sometimes. So one of the things that I've learned to do is just go ahead and do something for myself. So I just went on a little adventure, which you'll see in the next video. It's about the London Bridge. It's really cool. I picked up some cool stuff to go with it. It will be great. At the same time, it helped me to kind of like clear my mind a little bit. There was this guy who was playing the saxophone down by the water, and I just listened to it for about 5 or 6 minutes and just was like, okay, I'm gonna be okay. I'm always gonna be okay, because I always just try to like clear my mind, get to a quiet place, and then make a choice. And that is the most helpful thing. A lot of people freak out. I've had a lot of weird stuff happen on the road, and if I freaked out every single time that happened and I was just like, ah, and then I went home, what good is that? At the end of the day, I can't just go home. I have to get this problem fixed. I don't have a spare that is a good spare, so it's not one of those things that I could be like,
woohoo, let me just avoid responsibility.
Or pass responsibility on to other people on the internet. I'm not gonna do that either. It's not your fault, guys. I'm out here driving around. It's not you guys. I will never be that person, just because I think that person of just like airing out your dirty laundry on the internet and expecting people to be your therapist or your fix-it or your bank is bad. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a woosah. I'm going to say, okay, this isn't a stop. This is just a pothole, so to speak. And I just have to figure out how I want to solve this issue. If I had a more common tire, it wouldn't be a big deal. I would already be back out on the road, no problem. But because I have such a weird tire, it is a little bit harder. And I'm glad, as weird as this sounds, I am glad this happened now versus later, because tires are about to get way more expensive. So at least I'm going to be able to get one before it gets too bad, you know? With that, what do I want to do? I don't know. I just don't know. I need to figure out a few other things, though. I definitely do. I need to get some things to go with some food so that wherever I end up, I have some food. I guess I technically don't have to do that today, but I really kind of wanted to. Maybe I make some calls first and then I figure out food, because I do need to eat something sooner rather than later, because all of this is just kind of got me swirling right now. I'm just kind of... And I know by drinking more water, by taking a deep breath, and by eating something, I'll feel a little bit better. So I'm gonna start off with the drinking of the more water, because I think that after it got so hot, it was 93 in the van when I got in here because I'm parked in direct sun. Wow. Hydrate and think. Thinking clearly helped. I was able to call 2 different places. I called another Big O in the Phoenix area. They did not have the exact tire. They did not have the duplicate tire that I need. That is the 4-ply. I prefer to have the industrial tire with more ply on it. It doesn't always have to be that way though for your spare, but I need it where it's safe enough for me to drive if I have to limp it in someplace. So they have the not industrial C tire. So they have the 4-ply. So I'm about to drive an hour up to Kingman, and I'm gonna get my new tire, and then we'll just figure out what we're gonna do from there. Now, was I expecting to go to Kingman? Absolutely not. But at the same time, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and that is a much shorter distance on better roads than going to either Phoenix or Yuma, which was going to take me 3 to 3.5 hours. This is only an hour, so I trust this road. I've been on this road a bunch, so let's get this. Let's do this. I got this. We're gonna try this again. They said that they have a tire, so we're gonna go grab it. So I just got my tires done, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay, so I'm back in the van. They were able to replace the tire. Everything is back in order. The day has almost completely escaped me. I don't know where I'm going yet, but it didn't put me back as much as I thought it was going to, and that is good, because If I would have had to get the exact tire that I was needing, it would have been more expensive. But because it's just a spare, I can get a slightly lesser tire. And then when I get back to Texas, I'll go to my tire shop and I'll get a better tire. And then I'll just keep this one as like a reserve tire at some point. So that'll be something in the future to look forward to doing. But for right now, I am happy that it cost me just under $100. And normally I wouldn't even say that, but it's one of those things that, like, that's an expense that if you're not prepared for, it can be very, very bad. And so if you're out there and you're thinking about, hey, I want to start this van life thing, and you don't have a reserve for things like that, then consider that. Just consider that. Because I could be over here just, heartbroken right now because I'm seeing money just fly away. But instead I'm saying, okay, things like this happen. It is what it is. So does that mean I'm going to change how I'm traveling just a little bit? Possibly. I don't know. Also, maybe not. Again, just have to figure out where I want to go. I know I don't want to stay in Kingman because the last time I was here, I heard some very interesting things about the safety of staying currently in Kingman. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself in harm's way. Riley suggested, hey, come back to Vegas. So I could do that still. I thought about all the options. I looked at everything, and there's a lot of question marks. And I think part of the reason I'm having a harder time deciding is because I'm just at the tail end of frazzled for today. And so I think I just need to get my mind together and figure it out, and then figure out what my life needs to look like tomorrow. Do I want to wake up and be in the backyard of an adventure, or do I want to drive to one? Do I want to wake up and see everything right spelled out in front of me, or do I want to start from scratch in a new place and then just kind of figure it out? I don't know. I know that I'm 5 hours now away from the place that I wanted to go because I drove an hour away. I was only 4, but now I'm 5 again. I probably won't be going there at least tomorrow. Where will I end up? I just don't know. But we'll figure that out on the next episode. Remember, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. Have a contingency plan. Always. Make sure that you're putting yourself in a good position. Always. Take care of yourself. Always. And remember that when life hands you lemons, don't just sit there with a weird face. Instead, make some lemonade. Figure it out. Step by step, move in the right direction, and don't let it overwhelm you. It can be very overwhelming, but at the same time, think of the risk versus reward. The reward is always going to be much more amazing if you know that after you solve the small problem, you get to do something absolutely epic. So I'm going to reward myself somehow today for dealing with this. And that could just mean that I treat myself kindly and do extra skincare. Or it could mean that I treat myself kindly and make something that I'm just really wanting to eat. Or it could be that I take myself on a huge adventure tomorrow and it's something epic that I had on my bucket list. But we'll figure that out as time passes. Bye.